T-minus 80 seconds.
LOX GSE is secured.
Second stage LH2 securing started.
Second.
RCO, report range, go for launch.
This is the RCO on channel 1, ranges go for launch.
Second stage LOX secured.
LCDR, LCDR, this is the LD. You are go for launch.
Roger.
T-minus 60 seconds.
Engine start box go.
Hold, ATC-1, main script aboard.
Hold, TM1, red alarm on system arm.
Okay, all personnel go to item 39. ALCDR, verify hold fire on.
Hold fire on.
ALCDR, establish T5 script aborted.
This is Delta Launch Control. You just heard a hold called out.
Launch enable is
So we will have to regroup, figure out the problem, and then continue from there. So again, a hold was called, and we'll find out more and be back with you shortly. This is Delta Launch Control.
First stage board bus armed. Telemetry internal. Control system internal. Bliss internal. ECU's internal.
Vehicle transfer internal complete.
T-minus 4 minutes.
Hold. Map script abort.
Okay, all personnel go to item 39. ALCDR, TC hold fire on.
On.
Establish T5 script aborted.
T5 script aborted.
Actually,
This is Delta Launch Control, and we have another hold call.
LCDR established.
Another hold, so we will regroup and see where we go from here.
Report on change list.
T-minus 5 minutes and counting.
Vehicle
And-
transferring internal.
And the countdown clock has resumed, and we are go for launch at this time.
T-minus 285 seconds.
Second stage telemetry internal. Second stage control internal. Beacon internal. CRD's internal. First stage board bus armed. Telemetry internal. Control internal. Bliss internal. ECU internal.
Vehicle transfer internal complete.
T-minus 4 minutes.
FTS, SNA 1 and 2 armed. CBC, SNA's armed.
Vehicle ordnance armed.
T-minus 212 seconds.
CBC propellant tank securing started.
T-minus 194 seconds.
CBC LOX is secured.
T-minus 187 seconds.
CBC press bridge is on.
CBC pre-press started.
CBC LH2 secure.
CBC LOX at flight pressure and flight level.
T-minus 120 seconds.
PPA script running. Second stage lock securing started.
LCDR, this is the LD. You are go for launch.
Hydraulic press at 4,000.
CVC LH2 at flight pressure and flight level.
This is Delta Launch Control, 1 minute, 40 seconds away from launch.
T-minus 90 seconds.
Second stage secure at flight level.
T-minus 80 seconds.
Second stage LH2 securing started.
LOX GSE is secure.
RCO, report range, go for launch.
This is the RCO on Channel 1. Range is go for launch.
LCDR, this is the LD. You are go for launch.
Roger.
T-minus 60 seconds.
Engine start box go.
T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 45 seconds.
Launch enable.
Main power off.
power.
Second stage LH2 secure at flight level.
T-minus 30 seconds.
Green board.
T-minus 25 seconds.
Flight lock in.
T-minus 15 seconds.
Matters armed. Rofi ignition.
T-minus 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5. We have
4,
ignition of the main engines.
2, 1, 0.
We have liftoff.
Engine cooling water activated.
3,
Liftoff of United
4,
Launch Alliance Delta
5.
4 Heavy rocket carrying the NROL 26 mission for the National Reconnaissance Office.
Full power level on the port core and starboard boosters. Right where we want them to be. T plus 36 seconds. Still going good.
We are listening to Steve Agate in the telemetry lab calling out
Good chamber
flight
pressures
data
holding.
in real time.
Good nozzle steering. Coming up on 50 seconds, partial thrust mode has been commanded in the core booster. Core booster chamber pressures are decreasing to the expected levels. Port and starboard boosters still at full power. One minute, 18 seconds into the flight. Passing the area of maximum dynamic pressure, Mach Q, and also passing Mach 1. Chamber pressures continuing to look good on both the port and the starboard boosters. In the full power mode, core booster at partial thrust. E plus, 1 minute, 48 seconds into the flight. Altitude now 3.7 nautical miles. Velocity 1,764 feet per second. 1.1 nautical miles downrange.
This is Delta Launch Control. 2 minutes.
2 minutes
the mission.
into the flight.
And in a little
Looking
over
at our
2
chamber
minutes, we'll
pressures,
have
chamber pressures
CBC
continuing to look good.
engine cutoff, and everything looks good at this point. This is
Port
Delta Launch
starboard
Control.
booster still at full power. Core booster at the partial thrust mode. Passing 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Still continuing to look good. Main engine nozzle movement is good. Now passing 2 minutes, 42 seconds into the flight. Delta vehicle now only weighs 1/2 of what it did at launch 2 minutes, 45 seconds ago. We're now expelling propellant at the rate of about 4,700 pounds per second. 2 minutes, 55 seconds into the flight. Altitude 15.5 nautical miles. Velocity 3,700, 99 feet per second, 12.4 nautical miles downrange. Now passing 3 minutes. Chamber pressure is continuing to look good in the port and starboard boosters at the full thrust mode. Core booster at partial thrust. Now passing 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Less than a half a minute now remaining in 3 booster flight. Standing by to go to the partial thrust mode on the port and starboard booster. That should be about 10 seconds from now. Partial thrust mode has been commanded. All 3 boosters now in partial thrust mode. Standing by for MECO. And we have MECO in the port and the starboard boosters. Standing by for SEP. Okay, the core booster has now powered up to full power mode.
This is Delta Launch Control, about 5 minutes into the Delta IV Heavy mission. And in another 30 seconds or so, we will have MECO, or main engine cutoff. Then we'll see first and second stage separation, followed by second stage ignition and payload fairing jettison. This is Delta Launch Control.
Do you want to loop forward?
Copy.
Getting ready to toggle down the partial thrust mode in the core. Core booster, we have MECO. Okay, we have good chamber pressure on the second stage. We had good igniter spark, good net speed. Good chamber pressure on the second stage, right where we want it to be. Passing 7 minutes into the flight. And we've had a good payload pairing SEP.
This is Delta Launch Control. We've just seen the successful liftoff of the NROL 26 mission for the Delta IV, NRO, and U.S. Air Force team. Let's quickly go back and recap some of the important milestones from this mission. Liftoff occurred at 9:47 p.m. Eastern Time. The CBCs were jettisoned at 4 minutes. Main engine cutoff was on time at approximately 5.5 minutes into flight. First stage separation occurred just a few seconds after main engine cutoff, and the payload fairing was jettisoned just under 7 minutes into the mission. And that was our final milestone right there that you just saw on STK. I'd like to thank Steve Agate from the Delta Telemetry Lab for his support of this broadcast. At the request of our customer, this concludes our live coverage of the Delta IV Heavy NROL 26 mission. For more information about the Delta IV, please visit www.ulalaunch.com. On behalf of the entire ULA launch team, I'm Doug Shores. Thanks very much for joining us. We leave you now with one last look at the launch of the Delta IV Heavy rocket carrying the NROL 26 mission for the National Reconnaissance Office. Have a great night.